Hey, this is Jeff from Bang Fitness. And the question is, how can you run? How do I run? How can anyone run a great group exercise class? And it's a good question because doing it right can be amazing. There's an incredible mojo that comes from having a group of people working really hard together. And there are these moments where you feel like, I don't have anything left in the tank. And you look over, the person next to you is crushing it. You find a way to dig in. So having that sort of external metric or baseline can be super helpful. But we want to make sure we're doing a great job, that nobody's getting hurt, that they're having an amazing time, and ideally they're moving forward technically. That's the hard part, and we're not always going to be able to hit it, but we're going to try. One of the ways we can do this, something is that you should have a great list of progressions and regressions for any exercise. So anyone at any level, you can throw out your go-to movement, but you can change it up or down depending on their ability level, any potential injuries, stuff like that. What might not be so obvious is this isn't always the stuff that works on paper, right? We might have a great theoretical layout, but where the rubber meets the road is when you can just cue them up and get them moving really well with one or two cues. You don't have the time or the ability to get in and really detail stuff. So you have to try this stuff out. I think of the way a comedian might try a bit on a small audience, see what gets a response, tweak it, keep going, and it takes a long time for that to be in their sort of main material. And it's the same thing with you. You're going to try stuff and not everything's going to work. But when you start to get traction, you're going to integrate that more and more. You're going to learn what you can throw out at a group. And you'll have more options one-on-one or with smaller groups of people. But you need something that works in a group environment. And I'd also say you've got to have a plan. You may not be able to follow that plan depending on who shows up that day, but it doesn't mean the plan's important, but making the plan is indispensable. It means you've got an idea for the overall direction. And I would hate to think that somebody is working with you, come to group classes, and after a year, they're in the exact same spot technically. So you really want to find a way, even if it's a little bit, a tiny increment at a time, to move them forward with every class.